Little black book. You know what time it is. 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 Time it is.
Almost 25 years, but admits she doesn't know her husband at all.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Alright, we're going to talk to you guys about Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Her recent comments that she made about their relationship in quarantine. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the whoop uploads, baby. And for those of you returnees, you ain't got the minerals, you ain't got the minerals. Alright, listen, boom. So, just recently we had Jada Pinkett Smith just say quite loudly that, it's been 20 to 23 years since you married Will, and she feels that she doesn't know Will in this quarantine period. And you know what, it's interesting because I think to myself, we can take this many different ways. I think when we take things in context of just this conversation, I might be inclined to say, hey, what she means is that, look, when it comes to marriage and it comes to knowing someone for a long time, there are points of times where we have to rediscover ourselves and rediscover the person that's in front of us. Now, she mentioned about the fact that, they're having to love themselves again and then come together again. Now, here's my only thing. The mother looked a bit like she was a bit shocked by that. And I think the reason why she looked a bit shocked by that is because of having to love yourself again in a marriage. I get what you mean, but to come together again, to be friends again, I'm like, what has happened that you need to come together to be friends again? Surely by now, friendship should have been established time ago. And the truth of the matter is that as Jada bears more information, what she's given us insight into is marriages that may look like they're okay, but are really on a rocky. That's what I personally feel. I think their marriages are literally on a rocky. You understand? Because we've been rocked by the obvious Asina, they have an open relationship stuff we heard rumors about. There is the strong Tupac tie. In fact, let me touch on that as well. I want to say this. I think everybody who's watched Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith's relationship has heard about the Tupac phenomena, yeah? And listen, let me not get it twisted, yeah? Don't get it twisted. Tupac is amazing. Yeah, but the way that I always say this when you're in a relationship, when someone talks about another guy, let's say like I'm a guy, and a missus talks about another guy so much, with so much glowing review and such high esteem, almost esteeming them higher than their husband, there's a problem. If vice versa too, if a man talks about a woman to such a high esteem, higher than you, there is a what? Problem. Yeah, we call this snakes in the plane. Yeah, and this type of snake where the person talks about it all the time is a poisonous type of snake. Yeah, if you think of a poisonous snake you can think of, I can't even think of one. What's a poisonous snake? A viper or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, listen. Look, think of a poisonous snake. Yeah, and how the poison begins to slowly induce into the system and then kill the person from the inside outwardly. That's what you're doing when you start to put somebody at a higher pedestal than your actual partner. Now, I don't know the full story about Jada, but from what the clips that they've given us, the amount of red tables that she's done, the amount of conversations she's had about Tupac, and the way she's shone such a light on him, I already know that if Will Smith is not feeling insecure outwardly by telling us, he definitely feels something inside. And he said it out loud, he's really said it out loud that, you know what, it's hard to compare yourself to someone like Tupac. And you're absolutely right, it is. But he should never have to compare himself with Tupac anyway. First of all, Tupac's gone. And two, Tupac Shakur, okay, isn't Will Smith. Do you understand? And if she felt that way, right, and what I want to make sure is that a lot of men might watch this video and then try to agree with me up to a point because they want to get excited and cuss Jada because they actually really hate women. They don't like women. They use Jada as an excuse as to why we should hate women. Right? And if you're one of those guys, listen, either you can turn off now or you can make a comment down below and I'll still check you. I don't really mind. But we don't hate women here. You understand? Yeah? And Jada Pinkett Smith is not a consistency of what women are like. No. Jada Pinkett Smith is one of those anomalies that we see. That this woman has been so caught on to watch Tupac Shakur's shadow that it's overshadowed a man who is so great in our eyes as the public and has overshadowed him in their marriage. Now, I'm not sure who struck the first blow. I'm not sure if it was Will cheating, or was it Jada cheating, or someone doing something really stupid in the relationship, whatever. I don't care. But what we are seeing right now is the honesty that's coming out, which is talking about a man who Tupac Shakur, who's a great rapper, one of the greatest alive that ever lived. Don't get it twisted. But is he the relationship type? Because at the moment, he ain't alive, and you got someone who's your husband who's alive, and you're making the guy that's alive feel bad in the shadow of somebody who's passed. Do you understand? Like, we understand that he was a great artist. We understand he was a great person who understood you. And I think one of the things that really make it scary, I guess, for someone like Will, and I'm watching it from a perspective where it's like, if I was Will, I'll be shooketh, because she's spoken about the fact that, you know, Tupac really got her, he really understood her, you know, he really supported her as well, like, in her things. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, have I not supported you? Have I not backed you? Have I not pushed for you to go forward? Have I not driven for you to exceed and to reach the stars? Have I not done those things? It seems like it hasn't. You understand? And it's almost as if Will's trying to catch up to a standard that he will never catch up to. And this is where it's scary, I think, in any relationship where you're trying to catch up to a standard, because all you're going to ever do is either overcompensate or undercompensate. You can't win that battle. You understand? And it looks like it's all going to end in what? Tears, baby. And so when she makes this comment about the fact that, yo, after 23 years, I don't know this guy, she's actually right. She's not lying. She don't know him. Because her investment of energy and time has been invested in a shadow of somebody who's not alive. Tupac. And that measuring stick has been applied and slapped on Will's neck. So it seems. I'm putting apparently because obviously I don't know the full story of their relationship. So it seems that she's slapping that standard onto Will's neck. You understand? And from that, you know, that's why she doesn't know him. So now in 23 years, yeah, I don't know what you've been doing for 23 years. And like I keep saying, because people don't speak, because people don't talk, because people get wrapped up in the idea and the stature of individual people. For instance, Jada was a great actor as well. You know, I love the way she acts and stuff, even some of her old stuff and some of her new stuff. She's a great actor. She's well versed, you know, well spoken, well educated. You know, a great woman. And then you have Will Smith too, who's a great artist, great comedian, great artist, great TV actor as well, great musician as well. Does all these kind of things as well, and you know, great father, and she's a great mother too, it seems. So what you're seeing though is that maybe all those things got wrapped up in the stature and in the idea of what I want, but not actually dealing with the person I want inside. Many of us think that because someone's doing something, we fall in love with what they're doing, but we don't fall in love with who they are. And this is the whole point. If you fall in love with someone, what they're doing, when they stop doing what they were doing before, you fall out of love with them because you were in love with something that can change, which is what they're doing, right? But you must fall in love with their person, their personality, who they are. And how is it after 23 years you don't know who they are? Listen, don't get twisted. If she had said a comment like, oh, you know what, after 23 years, I'm still learning who he is because there's always a change, there's always an evolution, we would not be complaining. But she said she doesn't know who he is. You know, the Bible scripture, Matthew 7 verse 7, said, Jesus Christ said, listen, many of you do miracles in my name, heal the sick, cast out devils, but I never knew you. It's like saying, look, we never have a relationship. We never had a relationship. So what Jada's actually saying here is this, look, I don't think we ever had a relationship. Right? We've coexisted, we've had sex, we've lived together, we've had some laughs, we've experienced some things together, but I don't know you. I've never got to know the core you. I've never got to know the inside you. I've never got to know who that person Will Smith really is. Right? What have you been doing for 23 years? And I don't want to put just a blame on Jada because obviously I don't know what Will Smith's also side of the thing is. So, but you know, a comment like that just lets me know there's something not quite right. And I didn't want to talk too long about it. If you have different thoughts and different views, comment down below, let us know your thoughts. But I just think to myself, this doesn't look like it's going to end very well. And if they're going to stay together, it's almost as if they stay together just because obviously they've got they've got a reputation to uphold, rather than actually it being about the fact that, you know what, I'm trying to get to know you. So I think, you know, in the next year or so, hopefully she'll know who he is, you know, by actually delving deep and actually having conversations and actually trying to get to know him. Because let me tell you something, I don't know any couple that is really truly grounded together, successful in their relationship, and they can say, I don't know who he is. No. Someone might say, listen, I'm still learning who he is, because that's a process, that's a journey, and that's continuous, that's a state of being, rather than saying, listen, it's laid in the foundation already. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you. That's something that you say to somebody who's a stranger. 23 years, stranger. Hey, guys, like I said, I just want to do a quick review. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notifications, and for those of you already know, think before you do. Don't do before you think. I should be thinking about what you got to be doing. I appreciate you guys. Little Black Book. Appreciate y'all. Stay locked, stay loaded.